We've had a nice rain. Look how plump my hanging baskets are. Here comes Darren. I planted them myself with just wee bits and bobs. I wanted something hanging, and I wanted there's also shamrock hanging down as well. You can't really see it. There's my, what are they called? I've always tried to grow one of them and it's never worked. It's going to pick and die because it's in a pot. But, or grass here. So Darren's tried to plant something there, but it's not deep enough. But look at how all the flowers are out. That one has exploded. There's my lavender. Everything's looking very healthy. Proper rain yesterday. Right, let's get in the car. Darren started his walking, sorry, it's Saturday evening. Darren started his, I thought I saw a car then. If you don't know, if you're not on Darren's Facebook or you don't use Facebook a lot, Darren is walking 100 miles in August in bets. He's not doing 100 miles all at once. For, is it Macmillan?
Macmillan.
Yeah. So we started that today. And he was quite surprised when I told him yesterday that 10,000 steps is quite an average amount for a person not really pushing themselves. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, it is. So let me know, how many steps, if you monitor your steps a day, do you usually do? I don't do near that for obvious reasons. This is my first outings in a week because of my back. My back is not good at all at the minute. It's not. There was a couple of days midweek where it was. That's that joke that geography teacher told you. Greg Davis joke.
I get out in front of that.
Go.
I should be doing about 10 miles an hour.
Greg Davis does. I find him really funny. He's a UK comedian. He used to be a teacher, and he said when he went to high school, there was a lad that on the first day of school had a bad back. He had a sore back, so for the rest of his time in high school, he became known as Bad Back.
It's still known as Bad Back today.
Is he?
Yeah, as an adult, Bad Back.
So I've got someone that's just passed their test in front of me, so that's going to slow us down a bit. Anyways, we are off to sea from dusk till dawn, 30th anniversary screening tonight. Fright Club are screening it, so we both love it.
Exactly, I was going to say, it must be about 30 years on. I didn't realise it was 35.
Yeah. We both love it, so we know we're going to like it. It's just going to be interesting how much I've forgotten of it. Did we tell Isaac would go on? I did. Right, I forgot.
We can sit at the back and make out and make everyone in the room feel uncomfortable.
Including me. No.
Can we do some like teeth clacking?
No. Oh. So yeah, that's where we're going. Like I say, the seats in that place are really uncomfortable, so I'm a bit nervous about that because I haven't been out all week. Just in time, my Temu purchase of it's actually a cushion you get for your car seat that's like padded. It's almost like a foam type thing, but to be fair, I know it's Temu, and I think it was like between £4 and £5, and it's really good. It's helped a lot because the foam or sofa cushion really needs replacing. But
the sofa needs replacing, really.
The whole sofa needs replacing, but we were going to think about replacing it, but then what happened to Molly, and while she's going to be having accidents and stuff going forwards, there's absolutely no point in replacing a sofa. We're now stuck behind a tractor, which I think is turning off. Nope. Please.
It'll be turning off at some point.
Yeah, probably when we get next to town. Honestly, I didn't give extra time. You forget, in summer you should always give extra time for tractors.
There's a pad in Home Bargains I'm going to pick up next time for when they go on their 2-week break to go inside Dobby's bed enclosure. Yeah. It's about that thick. It's about as thick as your seat pad, but it's got waterproof cover. It's only £5.
Right. That's a learner driver going round there. Just for there's a tractor. It's right.
Did he wave her out?
It's now. I don't know. I wouldn't want to trust someone that waved me around anyway. I'm right behind the tractor now. The the person that's just passed their test, that's got the restricted thing up. Well, it's an N, new driver. They just decided to overtake the tractor on.
I think they've just turned into Chumble now already.
The brow of a hill. Really, they couldn't have waited. They've just turned off. I can't see past this. This is the thing, if you're close enough to it to be able to get around it, you can't see past the fucking thing. Yeah, the guy behind me was going to go round with that fucking car coming. There's a teenage boy behind me that is desperate to get around this. And there's constant traffic coming because it's coming up to mass time, so everyone's going to mass. You're going to have to wait, mate. We're coming into Martinstown, so you're going to have to slow down. So yeah, we're going to see Dusk Till Dawn 30th anniversary. I'm hoping my back holds out on the seats. Should have brought that cushion with me, to be honest. Darren started his walking. Is it, how many steps? Is it steps or miles? It's miles, isn't it?
100 miles, mate. I worked out with my stride. It's approximately 6,000 steps a day.
Right.
For
Okay.
a month.
So he's done. But when we go on holiday,
this records under.
The reason that he's doing it at this point is because obviously when we go on holiday we're going to be walking a ridiculous amount. So, well, he is. I'm a bit concerned because I haven't been able to exercise. My fitness level's bad. I'm getting really bad pains. Jesus, that's coming up. We need to get another little snippet of that. Look at all them boulders. That's our backyard, what that is. Guy behind me that's been desperate to get around me looks exactly like Daniel. I don't know if you can see. The guy that's driving, he looks like Daniel.
Maybe it is.
So Isaac went to see Spider-Man today. He says it's okay.
Spookman.
He says he prefers it to No Way Home. I'm in no rush, and at the minute, for some reason, it's extremely busy. Everybody wants to see Spider-Man. Not entirely sure why, but there you are. And it's constant traffic, so I can't get around this fucking tractor. So, and we've somewhere to be at a certain bloody time as well, so, you know what I mean, it's frustrating. So, there's no point in me telling you what the film is like, because I've seen it before, I like it, so. Right, I shall check in tomorrow. Hello, just very quickly. So there's a juvenile seagull in my dad's backyard. My dad's
Long John.
And he's only got 1 foot. My dad's answer to it would be chuck him out the door. But he didn't want to go near it because he'll go for you.
Your dad's up over there.
Right, what's... Do you want to put your thing down? Oh, fucking hell. We're at my dad's, look. There's a 1-footed... Apparently that's a seagull. To me it looked like a hog of some description. It's eating a wee bit of cat food. Bless it. Darren's phoned the sanctuary to see if we can get someone out to take it. Because apart from the foot thing, it's in good health, but it can't fly.
This might be a youngster. That's where it's dark.
It's lovely. I tried to pick it up, but it bit me.
She says, I'm going to have to run away now because you're staring at me.
Well, my dad gave us, he got some bacon burgers, but he said they're way too salty, he doesn't like them, so I gave them to us. And I forgot them. And a couple of baps. What do you call those? In Nottingham they call these cobs. We could never get used to this. I call that a bap. Or, if it's in a sandwich, a roll. But a roll to me is more like the finger ones. So, yeah, took a picture of it, googled it, because it was really, really big. And I went to like pick it up, and Darren says, well, what were you going to do with it when you picked it up? I thought, you know, I don't know, to be honest with you, what I was going to do with it. But he bit me. It's not its fault, it was frightened. Poor thing. So I'm like, it's only got 1 foot. Cats live either side. Josephine can't do a thing because she's only got 3 legs and she can't, you know, get into that area. But the other side's got a young cat. So there's, after multiple phone calls and multiple phone calls back, oh, I'll just leave them there. I was going to get you to put those in as well, but the girl's actually on her way now. She should be there within 35 minutes, but she might be a little bit late, which is why, look at the dark cloud over there.
Yeah.
Which is why we can't really stay, because like I said before, we don't like to leave Molly too long if we can help it. So My dad goes to bed though at 6 o'clock till about midnight, then he gets up and watches films. He's just got such a weird, so it's like Isaac at the minute. Is there anything there? I can't see. So they're coming to collect it. Basically what it looks like is it hasn't grown its full flight feathers yet. So when that happens, look at this EJ here. When that happens, it should be absolutely fine, but obviously it needs to be somewhere safe until that point. We can't figure out how it got in the garden, because it's walled off. No idea.
It's maybe been trying to fly and it's managed to get airborne. Yeah. Crashed in yard and now it can't get up again.
Well, it's lucky it crashed in the garden, it did, because if it had crashed either side, you've got a cat in each of those houses. Oh, and saying that, I think if it had crashed to the one that's got Zara in it, who's that? Stand up. I think that family would have tried to
eat it.
No, they would have got it some help. If it had went the other side, there's no one there because it's my dad's neighbour who is on holiday for the entire summer, leaving her three-legged cat, who has been permanently outside. Now we got it a box, and it's got a towel and a little pad, it's like a pad that a dog or a cat sleeps on, so it's all padded out, and she's using it. It's on. There's like a porch with a doorstep out of the rain and stuff, so it's got that little thing to go into. Obviously not ideal, but it's something.
Concrete, isn't
it? She's an elderly cat now, 3 legs, and its owner thinks it's right to go away for the guts of 2 months and leave her. It's wrong, absolutely wrong. I just hope she doesn't get any more cats.
Because she didn't have a dog with her.
Oh, I need to sneeze. But yeah, to me it makes no sense having a cat that's an outdoor cat and not having a cat flap. It makes no sense to me, because how does the cat get in and out? Unless you're in all day and the cat can do something to let you know it wants in or out, just get a cat flap, or else you've got an indoor cat. Fair enough, that's an indoor cat, but her cats are just constantly outside. Well, cat now, because the rest are all dead. All of them looked after by other people, taken to the vets by other people in all cases. But anyway, I thought I'd tell you about the seagull. He was really nice. Hopefully, no, well, he can't help biting me. He didn't know what I was doing. It's like you said, what were you going to do? It's like, well, I've no idea what I was going to do. It just was instinct to want to pick it up.
Funny. It would have shut all down your t-shirt.
Yeah, well. So hopefully he'll get somewhere safe for the next couple of weeks until he can fly, and then he'll be out and about. The poor thing only has 1 foot. 1 foot. Poor thing. I wonder has a cat got it.
Why is he in reverse?
Who?
That white car was reversing backwards then.
Oh, I probably went too far forwards. Right, yeah, so that was it. Nothing else to tell you, just that. Got a phone call really early in the morning. Apparently I'm first on the doctor's list, my dad's doctor. I was phoning to say, I just phoned the prescription line and they said, oh no, we couldn't deal with that at the front desk. I'll have to get the doctor to call you. So because it's going to be early in the morning and my dad won't get out of bed early in the morning, I'll have to take the phone call. I don't think it really mattered who took it, to be honest, but I just want to find out if he can take different blood pressure medication, because the reason for the swelling that he's got, that he had the scan for, is due to the blood pressure medication. So I'm just curious, is there another type we can try? Because you know these medications are usually all kinds. If not, fair enough, it's just a question that's worth asking. So the doctor's phoning about that tomorrow, so hopefully he doesn't ask me anything else I don't know the answers to. And at that time of the morning is when I like to get into a bit of a sleep, because Darren's got up with the dogs and stuff, and it's like quiet. I don't sleep very well anyway, but any noise, snoring, I just struggle. And apparently the latest on the menopausal list, difficulty, anxiety and difficulty around sleeping are massive symptoms of menopause. So if you already struggle with sleeping, what the hell does that, it's just going to be worse. Honest to God, it's just a barrel of laughs, life as a woman. You hit a certain age, here you go, periods. and then you have to get pregnant and have, well, you don't have to get pregnant and have kids, but a lot of us do. Childbirth, it's more painful being kicked in the bollocks though. And then when you've done your raising of children and your childbirth, then you've got menopause. It's like, why is there not a menopause? Why does testosterone not plummet in older men, or does it? I mean, why does our estrogen have to disappear so everything dries out? I mean, your skin dries out, other areas dries out that we won't talk about. Just if you get anxious, you get depressed, you get a worse version of PMS. It's ridiculous. And now I'm not going to be able to sleep as well on top of all that. Somebody's taking the piss. It's like people says God was a woman. Absolutely not was God a woman. If God exists, God well and truly is a man, because he wouldn't do this to his own kind. It's unfair. Right, I'm gonna go. I've told you about the seagull and I've complained about menopause again. You see, when you females are younger than me, which is probably all of you, watch this, you'll know what's coming. It'll happen and you'll go, I remember Lisa talking about this. So, yeah, right, I should speak to you. Oh, shit, what's going on up here? Later in the week. Hello, guys. Yes, it's getting to be that time. You can see that colour disaster from here to here. Well, Suze can probably mainly one little spot it. You can see it there really clear. Here to here. That's my root regrowth. My phone will not connect to my stereo. Why not? Let's try and now again. So tomorrow I've got my hair appointment. Darren's just shown me that I forgot the shopping bags. God forbid I forget something. We're picking up our shopping on the way home today and I forgot the grocery bags. Devastation. I'll probably put these away now as well. It's pissing it down. It's back to normal Northern Ireland weather. Darren's got a fucking memory card in and it's shite. It was Jimi Hendrix. No, I'm not saying Jimi Hendrix is shite, but some artists, it's like, so what they can do on guitar, and in actual fact to listen to, it's just noise. Don't get me wrong, Jimi Hendrix is very talented, but I don't want to listen to guitar gymnastics. I want to hear a tune. I am loving Motionless in White's cover of an 80s synth song called Sunglasses at Night. They're probably fed up listening to it, but every time I get in the car it's on. I love it. It's on the new album. I think it's called Decades, and there's a song on it called Love at First Bite, and that's delightfully synthy 80s as well. I love it. So that's what I've been listening to. I haven't recorded in a few days purely because there's been nothing to record. I'm a bit worried about going away this time because I know that I am not that I was fit last time, but I'd like worked my way up with rock fit and stuff to be able to walk a bit more. But this time I've been so tired, and tired doesn't cover it. Absolutely exhausted, drained, very, very sore, really struggling with my pain and tiredness, so I haven't been able to exercise. I tried to one day, fucked myself, and haven't ever since. So that doesn't bode well for the walking that's involved. I always do at the very least half of what they do, but I couldn't, you know, we'll go out, we'll come back, and then they'll maybe go out again and I won't. But the first time we went I had to get a wheelchair because I couldn't manage. The second time with working up slowly I managed. This time I'm a bit worried, and because it's so hot at the time we're going, I don't want Darren to have to push a wheelchair. It's hard enough going without having to do that. So we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. So it's a week today that we leave for Florida. Really looking forward to it. Hoping Molly will be okay while we're away. She went to the vets for her update blood test, and it's brought her cortisol way down, which the vet's really pleased with. But the vet that we're seeing, which is a new vet, is a shower of shite. We wanted 5 milligram originally and they gave her 10. Well, we've now sort of like, he's going to have to give 5 milligram twice a day instead of 10, because while she's okay during the day, at night she gets absolutely ravenous, and from tea time she's just bugging us in her face, pawing, you know, constantly for food, which obviously you can't give her. She has her tea, and then they have 4 small meals a day, but rather than like most dogs are probably fed twice, they're fed small amounts 4 times, so they feel like they're getting more to eat. But anyway, it's changing to that, and they didn't order in the medication. That they don't hold 5 milligrams in the shop, purely because they get more money out of people having them do the 10. So if their dog falls between the weight category for 5 and 10, they prescribe them all 10. They don't hold 5s, they have to order those in. So they didn't order them in on the day they were meant to, and Darren's like, well, we need them. The vet's aware that our 10s run out. And he's like, right, okay, I'll make a special trip in on Saturday to collect them. Remember, we're like 25-mile round trip, no, about 30 when you go to the vet's round trip to get these tablets. And he says, right, I'll be in on Saturday afternoon. Well, turns out they're not open Saturday afternoon. Now, if it were me, I would have checked. But he said he told the reception Saturday afternoon, and he said, are you open Saturdays? Yep, well, I'll be in on Saturday afternoon. And she didn't say, well, we're only open half day. So long shot is that Molly's tablets run out today, and she needs one for tomorrow, and Darren's going to have to make a special trip in the morning to get it. I've got a hairdresser tomorrow, so that's 2 trips into town. I'll have to charge the car tonight. Yeah, so the tablets are helping, but there's no change in behaviour really. She's still begging constantly, and you know, well, I don't think she's drinking quite as much now, so that's good. What else can I tell you? Skateboard today, it's fucking pissing it down. That's Isaac coming. So he was at Stevens on a sleepover on Tuesday. He was at a lake for the, remember he went with school for those inflatables. Him and Daniel went there on Friday. Yesterday he was in bed most of the day. He's not getting out of bed till it takes us 5 or 6 shouts to actually get him out of bed. It's ridiculous. We're just on the way into my dad's. My dad had to go to the doctor on Thursday about getting his blood pressure medication changed, and it wasn't even the doctor that saw him, it was a nurse. And his blood pressure was 180/80, which, if you know anything about blood pressure, is really high. Perfect blood pressure is 120/60, I think. Mine, when I always showed elevated, but the high side of normal, and it's a lot better now since I've lost weight, but my blood pressure was always coming in at 130 something over about 90, which is obviously higher than it should be, but it was within the realms of normal for me. But my dad's 180/80.
Yeah, while he's on blood pressure tablets.
He's claiming, did you take your tablet that day? Yes. My dad doesn't like to take tablets, and he probably hadn't taken his tablet that day if I know him. Anything from you, Isaac? Have any interest this week?
No.
No, anything from you?
I'm pissed off with price of Megadeth tickets.
I'm going, right, I'll start driving, you can.
Standing tickets, Belfast Arena, are 83 quid plus £5.99 booking fee, which is a lot in itself. But if you have a standing ticket, obviously you want to get quite close to the front. This is the whole point of standing. There's have a seat if you're not going to do. But if you want an early entry ticket, you have to pay £102.30 on top of the 83 quid to get in early.
That's ridiculous, especially has-beens like Metallica.
Well, it's basically just Dave Mustaine with a high-end group of musicians.
I mean, I wouldn't have been interested in going anyway, because it's not. I saw Metallica when they were supposedly really good. Sorry, Megadeth when they were supposedly really good. It would have been 30 years ago I saw them.
I saw them on the same tour in Leeds.
Yeah, so I saw them on that. So what were they like on that tour? Was that good?
Reports were hit and miss. They were really good in Leeds.
Well, I only knew one song, which was Symphony of Destruction, and it was all right. I like the riff. It wasn't dun, dun. I like the riff in that, but they were supported by a band called Corrosion of Conformity, who were much better in my opinion. I didn't go because I liked them. The ticket was bought for me by someone that liked them, and I went along. I think it was only my second ever gig. My first was the Brian May for my 18th, and then that ticket was bought for me, and I wasn't impressed, I have to be honest. So would I pay that price now to sit? Absolutely not.
First time I saw, I think it was about £6.
Yeah, but we're old. So yeah, we shouldn't be doing that because it's just not worth the money. It's like,
no,
you don't pay money like that unless it's, I mean, I didn't buy a Neil Diamond ticket because the tickets were, was it 70 odd quid? And
no,
I'm like,
first time you turned Neil Diamond down, 59.
I couldn't justify the price. I'm like, nah. And I love Neil Diamond.
He came back 2 years later and they were about 70 quid.
At that point, the most expensive we had ever paid for a ticket was those White Snake tickets.
Rock City, yeah.
Was it 36?
37.50 plus. No, this was.
Right, we're not going to a big long thing.
It's a funny story because the tickets were selling out like that.
I'm trying to keep your vlog shorter.
And I went into the venue to get the tickets, and I wanted to pay on my debit card. They said, "Oh, you can pay via debit card, but you have to pay £7 per ticket booking fee, unless you pay cash." And it was £1.50. So I'm like, "Hold them tickets!" And then to run it at Nottingham City Centre to get to a cash point.
So that's the funny story.
Well, they sold out like that because it was a tiny venue, and I was like, well, I don't want to pay 14 quid booking fee.
Right, anyway, we paid the guts of 40 quid each for the tickets, and at that point,
that was a lot of money.
To us, we'd never paid that much for a ticket before. Isaac probably thinks that's really cheap because of the prices we've had to pay for his gigs.
It was
to see the
amount
bands.
of a normal ticket, I would say.
You know, we were used to, example, Backyard Babies, every time they played, it was somewhere in the teens. They played along with the Wild Hearts, which was a double header because Wild Hearts were quite big as well, and that ticket was 20 odd quid, and that was expensive to me. And we didn't even stay for Wild Hearts, we left. I only wanted to see Backyard. Well, I stayed for, no, the first time we did watch them, and I'm like, I really wanted to dislike them because I don't like Ginger, the singer. He's a wanker.
That was Wild Hearts on their own, we saw them once.
Oh right, did it? Okay, I'd seen them on their own.
They opened up with Vanilla Radio.
And they opened with a song called, I don't know anything about them apart from the fact the singer's a wanker. And I'm like, oh god, I like this. I really don't want to like this, but I like this. And then after about 2 to 3 tracks, everything started to sound the same, and it's like, nah. And then we bought tickets to see both of them, just because Backyard Babies was playing. It was Belfast, and I saw Backyard Babies and left after them. I'm sure people were like, what are you doing? You're on the front barrier and you're leaving? So somebody got our places. But anyway, the crux of the thing was, to us, 40 quid was a lot of money. So when Neil Diamond announced at 59, if Darren's saying that's what it was, but I know the second time it was 70 odd, and I'm like, and they wouldn't have been going, I'd have been going on my own. Isaac would only have been a little kid anyway. But I couldn't justify it just for a gig for someone I wanted to see, and I've regretted it ever since because obviously he's retired now. And I wish I'd gone to see him. But there you go. If you get a chance to see an artist you absolutely love, even if it is that little bit more expensive, do it. Because that's twice now I've been scuppered. Anybody I really want to see is dead or not touring. I'd love to see Steven Tyler singing. Absolutely love to see him, but I can't see it ever happening. Who knows? It might happen. Type O I'd have loved to have seen. Obviously Pete Steele's dead. Queen go without question, but I think I was 14 when he died. So yeah, what was I talking about that for? Oh, the Megadeth tickets. So yeah, but we're trying, the thing is, we've sold tons of stuff on Vinted to try to make money for spending or for bits and bobs, and it's all ended up having to go on Molly's vets, her tests, her medication. So we're having to spend all the money that we made on that, which obviously we don't begrudge doing, but it just means we don't have any extra. So Christmas is going to be a paltry one this year, I can assure everybody. And then we're going to go to Disney next week and blow a bloody fortune, no doubt. I put money when my mum passed away. I'm not going to say we've got thousands like we don't, but she had an ISA that I think was about 3,000, and I got half and my dad got half, and that £1.50 went straight onto like you prepay a credit card, so it's like prepaid money, and obviously £1.50 in dollars is somewhere near about $2 grand in dollars. So we've got that on a prepaid card, and that maybe sounds like a lot of money, £2,000, but when you take into consideration we're there for 14 days and you break that down, that's not an awful lot of money. each day. And I would say we'll probably we'll eat our breakfast in the morning, which we'll pay for, and then we'll eat one meal out in the parks, and then probably just snacky stuff. Yeah, so I'm sure that'll all go pretty quick. We usually treat ourselves to something each that we want. Isaac is not having a lightsaber because it's 300 quid and it won't fit in the suitcase. 300 quid for a lightsaber, that'll just gather dust.
Yeah, the quality, I've been reading reviews on, they say it's all about the moment, about buying it, but the actual lightsaber itself is not worth the money.
So last time we went, he got a Banshee, which is a thing that sits on your shoulder. It's been in the box ever since we come home. I don't think it's been out of the box. And he bought an ottoman from the Japanese shop that was a shocking expensive thing. It's, I think, half busted anyway. It's sat on the shelf. And the first time we went, he got one of the droids. I think he maybe used it a couple of times when we came back. It's been sat on a shelf gathering dust ever since. So am I, out of my own money, paying out $300 for a lightsaber? Absolutely not, because neither of us would spend that on ourselves. So he darn might get a t-shirt he wants, or like he got Salacious Crumb last time. That was his thing, which is a puppet thing out of Star Wars. What did I get?
It's Jabba's pet.
What did I get? I don't think I bought myself anything. Apart from like, you know, maybe a t-shirt. I don't even think I bought a Disney. I didn't buy a Disney t-shirt because I can't justify it. When we went to Sesame, yeah, like little cheap things. I didn't get anything expensive. But there was one thing I saw that I wanted, and I might get it this time, and it was in the Japanese. I love that Japanese shop in Epcot. There was these wee things I remember from when I was a kid, and they look like little monkeys, and they've got thumbs you can put in their mouth. And there was one of them wearing a yellow mac and hat, and I loved it, but it was quite expensive, and I couldn't justify. Oh, I did get. So I'll tell you what I got last time. They actually bought me it. It was a little jewellery box from the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot, which is another place I absolutely love. Darren got a black and white skull for himself, and I was like looking around, and there were little animals that I loved, but again, too expensive. But then they bought me a really, like, it's a dark blue skull trinket thing that the top comes off, all covered in these like pretty colours.
That was so hard to do because while you were scouting around, me and Isaac were like monitoring where you were standing, like go, 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 and then we get to the counter and there'd be 2 or 3 people in queue. It's like, no.
So
what's the word for the stop? I can't remember. Abort.
So I got that. I've forgotten about it. I didn't buy myself it though. They bought me it. But this time I buy myself something, because first time we went, I got 2 things. I got a Oscar the Grouch t-shirt from Sesame Street and a Bert and Ernie t-shirt that is way too big. It's the only one they had. They brought it out of the bag, and I think it was extra large. And even then, I worked this out. I have lost about 5 stone. That's ridiculous. I have lost about 5 stone in weight over the last couple of weeks. I'd stalled and I wouldn't move, but I've lost about half a stone in the last couple of weeks, which is delightful. It's fantastic. But I looked at BMI, and I'm still, according to the BMI charts, I'm about a stone overweight. So there you go. So my clothes size is about a 14, I would say, and I don't want to lose another stone in weight, to be honest.
No, you ignore that stare. I've told you to ignore it.
I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be healthier. Plus, it's not achievable, and I have a tendency over the winter months. I have a tendency to put at least a stone on. So that will happen. It always does, because there's chocolates. You're sat in your arse in the house. There's Christmas dinners. So I'll probably put a stone back on over Christmas. It is what it is. Anyway, I've waffled the whole way in.
Christmas time.
That's not even funny.
It's true.
No, I'm not laughing at that. Suze was doing her vlog, and she was trying to really sweetly tell Dot on camera that they were going to London and they were going to see Hercules in the theatre. It's probably the first big theatre show. I know that Dot has been to the theatre before, But this is probably the first big show she's seen. It's 2.5 hours long, and Suze was trying to film her tell Dot where they were going, and
Fucking arsehole.
who's that?
Did you not see him?
No, I heard him.
He was doing that thing that makes your car go sideways on the other side of the road to you.
Right.
How did you not see him do
No
that?
fucking idea.
Fucking arsehole. If he'd have lost that, he'd just crave straight into us. Look, he's one of these dickheads with rallies going on.
Alright.
Fucking
So
arsehole.
this text comes up in the corner and it goes, Dan, about to walk into the room, stark bollock naked. And she was like doing this, like putting her hand so he didn't walk on. But then there he is in the background about 2 minutes later with nothing on. And she's trying to strategically place Dot so that he can't see anything. It was funny. Made me laugh. Didn't see anything, don't worry, but it was funny. Dan was just gonna dander into the room, completely oblivious to the fact she should have filmed it and blurred it out. That would have been funny. Oh dear. Right, anyway, I'm gonna go. It's a pissy old day. Getting the shopping on the way home. Or shopping cost me £97 this week. £97. There's a thing. Please tell me in the comments how much you spend on a weekly grocery shop. When I say groceries, I mean if you need toothpaste, deodorant, that sort of shit, as well, all of that. What's the average?
And for how many people?
Because my dad's next door neighbour, who's that comedian, has started this YouTube channel, and she's going to do this thing where she can't understand how some people with families a similar size to ours, or maybe one more child, will spend £300 or £400 in 1 week on groceries. And I'm like, what the? She can't understand either what they're spending the money on, and she wants to go shopping with people and do videos and say, well, why don't you buy that instead? But I suppose if you're bothered about brands and things, that's what puts it up. I remember I went on to you about chicken pasta Alfredo and why does nowhere do it? Marks and Spencer's do it. But was it £7 for a tiny little thing that wouldn't have been enough to fill a hole in your tooth? Yeah, so £97. Or shopping is always between, I would say, 85 and 95 would be my guess. When Isaac was little, an average was about £50. The fuck's going on back there? Nothing to do with me. So how much is your weekly? We had to buy like 3 deodorants to go away with. Darren picked up toothbrushes. So that's basically it. I can 97 fucking quid. I'll go where he's coming out of.
I just pretend you're up on it. That's what I do.
Is there a space around the other side? I'll just go in here. Right, I'm just going to get my dad's paper. Can you get my card out because you've got it? 97 fucking quid. And there was a lot of stuff I didn't buy because we're not going to be there the whole, well, I suppose we are there the whole week.
Yeah, we're going to get dog foods to do it.
Yeah, and we haven't bought dog food yet. And we'll need to get extra dog food because it's going to the kennels. So, right. Anyway, thank you for watching. I may or may not do a video this week, because it's mostly going to be spent packing. Because I thought I got the right one. Yeah. Yeah. So you may see one, you may not. You'll not see my videos from holiday until long after we come back. I'm not going to sit and edit video on holiday. It's not happening.
Well, they might get the odd snippet.
I can't. Well, there'll be little clips on YouTube or on Facebook probably. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I shall catch up with you whenever. There's my dad looking at his new favourite DVD that he's just got there, that his grandson has bought for him today.
You'll stick it up his arsenal if you don't watch out.